Hello everyone. Now let's see how to graph linear inequalities in MyLab. We are given the inequality y is strictly less than negative x minus 3. As a first step, we should write the inequality as an equality, where y is equal to negative x minus 3. This equation of the line is written in slope-intercept form, where the slope is the coefficient of x, which is negative 1, and the y-intercept is the constant added to the x term, which is negative 3. So we should draw a line that goes through 2 points. The first point is the y-intercept, which is negative 3 here. We can get the second point using the slope. Slope is negative 1, which means that when x is increased by 1 unit, y is decreased by 2 units. So the line should go through these 2 points. The next step is to decide whether the line should be a solid line or a dashed line. Since we have strictly less than, it means that the points on the line should not be included in the solution. Therefore, we should have a dashed line. So I go and change the line to a dashed line. The next step is which half plane should we select? For this, we select a test point. Since origin is not included, I can select it as the test point. So the test point is 0, 0. I substitute this into the inequality. Y is 0. 0 is less than negative x, which is 0 minus 3. Is 0 less than negative 3? No. It is a false statement. Therefore, the half plane that does not include the origin should be selected, which is the half plane to the left of the line. Now I go to this region shading tool. I click it and select anywhere on the left half plane. And I save it, check answer. Great. Now the next question. The inequality is 5x plus 6y is less than or equal to 30. First step is to write it as an equality. Okay. This line is written in general form. It's a good idea to draw the line using the intercepts. Y-intercept select x equal to 0. When we set x is equal to 0, we get y is 5. So the coordinates of the y-intercept are 0, 5. X-intercept, we set y equal to 0 here. When we set y equal to 0, we get x is 6. So 6 comma 0 is the x-intercept. Okay, we will draw a line that goes through 0 comma 5 and 6 comma 0. Always I check the right hand corner to make sure that I select the right coordinates. Okay. Now we have drawn the line. The next step is to decide whether it is a solid line or a dashed line. Since it is not a strict inequality, which means that equality is allowed, the points on the line are a part of the solution. Therefore, we use a solid line. So leave it as it is. The next step is to decide which half plane to shade. We select a test point. Origin is not on the line, so we can select it. Okay. In the inequality, we have 5x plus 6y. When we substitute 0 comma 0, we get 0. Is it less than or equal to 30? Yes, it is a true statement. Therefore, we should shade the area that contains the origin, which is the left half plane. Go to this shading tool and click anywhere on the left half plane. Great. Now, third question. We have 6x plus y strictly less than 0. The equality is 6x plus y is equal to 0. We can keep it as it is, or we can write it in the slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to negative 6x. Okay. Here, slope is the coefficient of x, which is negative 6, and the y-intercept is the constant added to the x term. Since there is no constant added to x term, the y-intercept is 0. Okay. Okay, y-intercept is 0 means the line goes through the origin with a slope of negative 6. So when x increases by 1 unit, y decreases by 6 units. So the coordinates of the second point is 1 comma negative 6. Now let's decide whether to draw a solid line or a dashed line. Since this is a strict inequality, we draw a dashed line. So I change the line by clicking this dashed and check if it changed to dashed line. Yes. Next step is to check a test point. Since the origin is on the line, we should not select it. We should select any other point on the plane. So let's select, for instance, 2, 0. Okay, let's select this point, 2, 0 as the test point. Test point, x is 2, y is 0. So we have 6 times 2 plus 0 less than 0. So 12 is less than 0. Is this a true statement? No. Therefore, we should shade the half plane that does not include this point, which is the left half plane. Okay. Go to this tool, shading tool, and select anywhere on the left side. This shaded area includes all the points that satisfy this inequality. So it is the solution to this inequality. Next question. X is less than negative 2. Now we know that the equality for this is x is equal to negative 2. We know that x equals to negative 2 is a vertical line, which vertical line that goes through x equals to negative 2. So we select any point along this line. This is the line for x is equal to negative 2 because all the points on this line have an x coordinate of negative 2. Okay. Is this a solid line or a dashed line? In the original inequality, we have strictly less than. Therefore, it is a dashed line. I go and change it. Check if it changed. Yes. Now, what is the solution to x is less than negative 2? All the points having an x coordinate less than negative 2. This corresponds to all the points to the left of negative 2, right? Therefore, we shade this area. So the solution to the inequality x is less than negative 2 is all the points to the left of x is equal to negative 2 line. We have y is greater than or equal to negative 2. We should draw the line y is equal to negative 2. Okay, we know that y is equal to negative 2 is a horizontal line because all the points on this line, as you can see, have y coordinate equal to negative 2. So you select any 2 points along this line, okay? I selected these 2 points.